Today on Fly Rod Chronicles, I am joined by my friends Douglas Deere and Dylan Renton on the legendary North Umpqua in the hills of Oregon. Along with our guide Tony Rantley of Summer Run, we pursue the elusive steelhead in the pools and runs once fished by storied anglers like Hemingway and Zane Grey.
There, you set the hook. Oh my. Nice. That was sweet. Did you get that?
There you go, there you go.
That's it, that's it. That is it, baby.
Hey, I'm Curtis Fleming. Come along on my journey as I pursue my lifetime passion for the art of fly fishing. Join my friends, special guests, and I as we explore waters both far away and close to home. These are my Fly Rod Chronicles. We rolled along the timbered Oregon back roads to Mott Bridge, where we had our first look at the emerald green waters of the North Umpqua. North Umpqua in Oregon. This is beautiful, beautiful. What are we after? Steelhead, big steelhead on a dry fly. Before we knew it, 16-year-old Dylan had managed to slide on his waders and slip into the water for a few casts. I took the opportunity to ask his proud father David about Dylan. David, that's your son Dylan down there.
That is he.
How long has he been fishing the Umpqua?
Since he was 5. With a hook since he was about 7 or 8.
Now you told us that story the other night, and most people wouldn't catch it. You just said with the hook. So share with us what you mean by that.
Well, I wanted to teach him how to fish.
All right.
So for a year he learned how to fish without a hook. And that way he learned that he's fishing instead of catching. So when we got out there and put the hook on there, he didn't have expectations that were unrealistic because he expected nothing. And anything that he caught was a bonus.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so now he's able to fish out there all day long for that one little tug.
Well, just by chance tomorrow when Douglas and I fish, do we get a hook?
I think it would be best off to protect the guide, keep you without a hook, don't you?
1931 was the year that dentist turned writer and sportsman Zane Grey arrived to fish the North Umpqua for the first time. There it says Zane Grey, who set up camp at Steamboat Springs, actually Steamboat, not Steamboat Spring, in 1932 and returned every year until 1937. So the early 30s, it must have been a big deal. A lot of people fishing because
Sure.
President Hoover was over in the Blue Ridge.
Yeah, he was fishing the Rapidan.
Yeah.
The same time Zane Grey was out here fishing the Umpqua.
Yeah.
A little bigger fish here than on the Rapidan, huh?
Yeah, it's got its own kind of fishing, but it's kind of like a river runs through it. You know, that brought a lot of people out to fishing. Wonder why during that time fishing was so popular. Wonder if it was the library of books or
Maybe the Depression too. That people looking for something to do that didn't cost a lot of money. I don't know.
We moved on to our next stop at the historical Steamboat Inn.
What do you think about that table, Curtis?
Could be a great arm wrestling table, huh, David?
That's what I was thinking. A bunch of West Virginians gone wild.
There you go. I'd like to see the two of you do that. It'd be like your ping pong battle last night.
Yeah.
So that's one slab of wood.
Absolutely.
That's one tree.
How about that?
Look at the support.
Wow. Support is just pieces of tree.
Yeah.
I hear there's a view out that back door.
Stream fishing etiquette. Okay?
I like that.
And number 3 is my favorite. Not take advantage of either fish or other fishermen.
Huh.
So that means tomorrow.
I gotta let you catch the first fish?
Well, or don't take advantage of it. You share. You share.
You know,
the fish.
I'd like to see more stream etiquette out there.
That's true. When we come back, Dylan shows us how it's done. Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles on the North Umpqua.
Douglas, we're getting you all rigged up here.
Getting set.
All right, so you get ready to strap in.
I'm ready. Tony told me some interesting things riding over about some of the rules on the Umpqua, which are, you know, pretty different from the waters we're used to, Curtis.
Okay.
For one thing, no fixed lead ever. No split shot, no anything like that. And in the summer months, you can't even use any type of a weighted fly. No bead head, no lead wrapped around your hook, nothing.
Okay.
So the sink tip is your only method to get that fly down there.
Well, Douglas, I know you're a huge history buff, and I know you've been reading a little bit. Did Tony share any of the history with you over here on the North Umpqua?
No, we've been trying to talk about how to catch a fish. We haven't had a chance to talk too much history. But I know there's certainly been a lot of history on this river. Of course, Zane Grey being probably the most famous angler to call the Umpqua his home waters. But I'm sure Tony could fill us in on a few other pieces of history on this water for sure.
Well, there's kind of the old guard here. There's Clarence Gordon and Colonel Hayden and Major Mott, and they were all, you know, part of the original group that had their lodge up here.
Uh-huh.
And they actually used to come up here on horseback.
Wow.
And then you can't really see it, but there's an old single track road grade that comes down, and then kind of where that guy's fishing over across the way there, they actually moored boats up, and they'd actually, the guy would ring a bell and they'd come across, you know, and pick them up and then come across to the lodge, which was over on this side.
Wow.
Tony has been guiding these waters for over 25 years.
Don't want to put any tension on them when they run, huh?
Well, you know, you want to have some drag on them, and you can actually palm them with the rim control.
All right.
But you don't want to try to stop them right when they eat it, because they'll pop you right up.
How's my popping? All right, a little faster.
Go ahead and just let that hang down there.
Okay.
Put your hand on the rod like you normally would for your grip.
Douglas worked his way up the river as I tagged along.
Tell you what, I support the Girl Scouts of America, but I ain't buying no more of them cookies that when she come knocking at my door this year. Whew. Whew. Don't worry about me, Douglas. I'm fine over here. I got to fish for 5 minutes. That's all right. They'll give me a refund on my license back there. Don't worry about it.
Some fishermen have spent an entire summer fishing the North Umpqua only to land one of these explosive and powerful stillies. Dylan slid in above us and hooked up with this energetic young steelhead.
Nice.
Right on, do it.
First cast? Third. Good deal.
Fly fishing gives us a lot of time to think and remember, and there is much about the North Umpqua. All other fine rivers too. I'm sure that can channel thoughts and memories in interesting directions. Michael Boffman.
When you look at Dylan, he's never been in this run before. He goes straight to the rock you're supposed to stand on, the whole works. The kid's a pretty savvy angler.
Yeah. Cool stuff, Dylan.
Kind of figured that might happen if we let him loose up there.
That's cool.
Me and David decided that he needs to go to college so that he's not down here bugging me too much.
Yeah, I got a feeling that he would find him a little pop-up trailer and just live down here.
It wasn't a trophy, but any fish landed on the Umpqua is treasured, especially by a kid who at one time didn't even use a hook.
Beautiful fish, Dylan.
Very nice.
Steelhead on camera.
Good job.
Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles on the North Umpqua.
Dylan, share with me a little bit about not so much the history of the North Umpqua, but share with me the fish and what you know about these steelhead.
Well, the steelhead's a very special fish. It's androgynous like salmon, like the king salmon we know so well. But there are some differences. It's a relative of the rainbow trout, and it's a sea-run rainbow trout. These fish, you know, they'll be born up in the tributaries, such as Steamboat Creek on the North Umpqua. He'll spend 1 to 3 years in the fresh water and in the brackish water. And when these fish feel the urge to get to the salt for feeding, they'll turn head first and they'll make about a month's trip to the ocean. And those fish will get to the ocean and they'll feed on such things as squid and anything that's blown off the continent. And they'll spend up to 2 to 3 years in the ocean. And some fish in Alaska could spend up to 5 years. These fish will make a trip to like parts of Asia, China, off Japan, even to Baja, California, before they finally return to their river, the North Umpqua, in the summer, and entering in June, progressing up into the flywater in late June up into September. And then those fish will move up into the tributaries and spawn, and the cycle will happen again.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So now I see what all the hype is and how special it is to catch one of these fish.
It's very special, and it's a very fragile resource that we have, and we need to take care of it. And if we are to have this in the future, we need to be smart in how we preserve it.
That's great advice, Dylan. You know, something else. I mean, these fish are just very well traveled. I mean, you know, you were talking about how far they go. People don't realize how they return back here, and you're saying some of these fish can be what, 4 or 5 years older?
Oh yeah, oh definitely. You know, in some conditions, these fish, what sets them apart from such things as Chinook and Coho is they can spawn again. And in some rivers, they spawn and then they'll back down to the ocean, and the next year, after feeding in the ocean, they'll come back up and spawn again. And after a while, you'll get these magnificent steelhead that are up to 20 pounds.
Wow.
And not so much in the summer run, but they're incredibly special fish.
Yeah.
And they're really the stamp of this river.
Yeah.
They
Well,
really draw people from all over the world to come fish this.
and they have for years. I mean, look at some of our people in history. You know, Zane Grey and
Dan Callahan.
yeah.
There's some incredible people that have heard the call of this river.
Well, very cool. Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Definitely.
Very
It's great.
educational.
Thanks for fishing.
Yeah.
It was my turn to give the spay rod a few casts.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, a little bit at a time, huh?
Take a whack at this. Just don't do anything.
I'm not even looking at it.
You won't even have to be looking in the vicinity and you'll see it.
Because I got a bad jerking reaction. Whoa! Oh! Had my chance, man. Casted 3 there, made a big mistake. Pulled it out of its mouth. Just put it out there. Like so.
Yeah, don't add any line, because we kind of know what he's
All right.
Drop your rod tip down.
Okay. Ooh! Oh yeah, baby! Yeah!
Rod tip up.
Oh my! Oh my! Tony, thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir! Hey, my main man Tony here switched one fly. He knew that thing was right there. Any advice here?
Keep tension on him. You got a pretty strong leader.
Okay.
You're like on 10-pound max.
Should I move back this way a little bit off this big rock, or?
Let him hang out for a little bit.
Ha ha ha!
Keep pressure on him. Maybe bring your rod over to the right a little bit. See if you can turn his head in.
I am locked up, baby, with a big old Oregon steelhead. Main man Tony. Tony, maybe I'm snagged. Look at that.
No, he's just dogging.
He is dogging me. Hey, oh, it like a buck deer? Look at that thing. Lord.
They're hens and bucks.
Hey, I'm barely hanging on this rock right here. That's okay. Here comes. Oh, is it? Find out how the corkers hold up. Oh, look at that beast. Oh, baby. This is something. Oh. Oh, oh. He's headed like, oh, well, okay. He's headed to like California.
Grab on here, step off this rock.
Oh, man. And
We're gonna have to start moving.
let's go.
That guy's going.
Let's go.
Fast. So I'll get out.
Come right back after this and see if I can land the beast. Thanks for coming back to Fly Rod Chronicles to see if I can land this
That's
big
not good.
steely.
There he goes again. There he goes again. I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. I want to kiss this fish. I want to kiss him. Ah, this is killer. Oh yeah, man. Ah, I've had my Suzanne Summers workout for the day. Without Suzanne. Oh wow. Am I doing all right, Tony? Oh. Who's my lander? There he is, boys. Can you get him, Tony?
Pull him up here a little bit.
Okay. Dylan, you got a 35? Oh yeah.
You want to grab that fish on? Depending on where he goes, either Dylan or I'll grab him.
Ah, come on, baby. Talk to me. Talk to me. Yes, baby, yeah. Yeah, give it to me, give it to me.
All right, Kerns.
Tony, you the man. Holy Toledo.
All right, we are.
Let me hold this baby. You hold my fly rod.
Just in case he runs
Here you go, Finner. Oh. Is that nice, Tony? Tony, get here beside me where we can get a picture. Do you mind?
That's a nice fish.
I am pumped, Tony. This is unbelievable. I know I'm out of breath. Oh man, is that the coolest?
Go ahead and let him breathe a little bit in the water.
Okay, yes, sir.
Aim him upriver.
Yep. Oh,
Just hold on to him a little bit. Get his gills all the way down in the water.
that's the
Aim
coolest.
him out towards the river so when he takes off, he's headed the right direction.
Look at that. That's incredible.
There you go. He looks like he's pretty much ready.
He's ready. Oh, Tony. Woo, baby Douglas.
Nice fish.
All right, guys, thank you.
Hey,
You know, I'm not the kind of person to rub it in or anything, but mine was a lot bigger than that first one that was caught.
They're like three times bigger than Dylan.
but I caught it behind you. Oh, took more skill.
Hey. Good job. Come here, man. Come here. That's a good boy, man.
Thanks for hanging out with Fly Rod Chronicles on the legendary North Umpqua. We'll see you next week.
I'm just a fishing bum. If I don't have the gas, then I stick out my thumb. I've gotta get there one way or another. I'm a fishing bum.